backyard of the set. We got a full audience today, sold out studio, standing ovation. Unbelievable turnout. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for turning out today. We got another live one today with Hightower drummer, SMFM zone, Shane Medanich. All right, we're going to sit down and then Shane will join us shortly. Top of the morning to you. It's Monday, so yeah, wipe the crust out of your eyes. Turn on DSE Hightower. I got a. All right. Pete or Phil? We got Pete. We got Pete the Ox Pulpits, or we got Phil Shaw. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Let me see if I can check in on this. Jumbo earthquake cam. All right. Now, how do I get back into here? Is the optical building RIP Blight? All right, here we go. Okay. Any stripers down in there? Last week we caught a striper. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So I'm trying to figure out why. Is there an echo on your end? Because I think there is on mine. This new YouTube live stuff, I'll tell you. Let me see here. We got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Thanks for showing up. Shout out to Tim McKinney. Shout out to Shreddy Mercury. First two in the building. I want to give a huge shout out to Eric Henry up in Truckee. He bought me this coffee today and basically bought me coffee for the whole week. Saw him out at an art show Friday night. Michael Sieben was in town at Jeremy Fish's studio over in North Beach. Cheryl and I were on date night heading over to Cobb, so it was a perfect 1-2 situation. And this guy approached me. I never met him before, but he said he listens to the pod and gave me some cash for a coffee or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Hey, while we're waiting for Shane, hit the ocean theme from Hightower on your Spotify. That got me fired up this morning walking over here. Also know that McKinney is very hung up on the optical building at SF General. Apparently that spot's been gone ever since they painted his shoe on the cover of Thrasher. Many people don't know that McKinney had a Thrasher cover. It was only a shoe on a skateboard grinding a ledge. But I'll tell you what, Tim will tell you what, that was McKinney. So he had a cover for Transworld, he had a cover for Slap, and he had a cover for Thrasher. Cheers to you, Tim, and thanks for joining us so early. West Coast style, 6:59 a.m. Good people, good people. Shout out Brandon Hollingsworth. Let's see if you can see it. Trifecta, and then later it was the Trif. It's a Sleepy Hollow type of morning here in the SFC. We're waiting on Shane Medanich right now. And yeah, let me see what we got here. Ah, I look great, don't I? Hoodie of the day. Shout out to Peastone, baby. Brew Ray. Miss you, obviously. You try listening to Preston and Jake's voice every morning, the first thing you do when you get to work after seeing photos of them everywhere in the building. Basically, not going to not miss them. If I miss them, I'm some type of clown. Share a Peastone story with you that just comes to mind. We're on Skate Rock back east. Preston loves telling me about the back east. We're in Philly. So maybe you know what Yingling is? Oldest beer in U.S. Come on. You ever had a Yingling? Let's go get one. He goes next door to the shop we're at, gets a tattoo, does a very uncharacteristic move of old Preston Mygetter, which has left his camera bag at the event where we were at. Being the good Samaritan that I am, I grabbed it. He and I were sharing a hotel room, so I brought it back to the room. Obviously, Preston's in Philly. He's going big, so he went out all night. He comes in around 2:33 in the morning, and he is a bear unleashed, just yelling, barely, practically hitting himself. I think he ripped the curtains off the wall. He was just going crazy. And he's like, I'm a fucking clown. Ah! And he's, hammered, just beating himself up. And I wake up and I look at him and I'm like, I'm going to let this show go for a few. He's let me have some moments like this. And the next thing you know, I go, Preston, what's going on? He's like, I love Mike. I was like, hey, hold on. Look over to the side of your bed up against the wall. I think I got a friend for you. I was like, hey, I got you, pal. And that was a good one for me because he definitely had a lot on me. And that was the kind of friendship we had where it was just kind of like needling each other in a good way. But also, as Preston would say, keeping a tight ship. Come on, Schmitty, you got to keep a tight ship out there. Keep it clean, keep it tight. And so, loose ship is what we called that night. Loose ship. But I miss Preston. I wore the Blu-ray hoodie today in honor of him. It's a new month. We're in the dog days of August right now. Just finished July. So let me see if I can figure out. Oh, yeah, that's what friends are for. Let's see if we got Shane in the building. Hold on. This new YouTube live stuff. What do you guys think? Haha, there he is. How do I get on in here? Click the link, right? Uh, you guys, add guest maybe? Where is it? Did you click the link? He's in the chat. SMFM is in the chat. Bow now, wanna now, now, wanna now, wanna now, wanna now, wanna now, ning, 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 do, 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 ding, 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 dun, 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 wanna now, wanna now, wanna now, wanna now, eh, na, 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 na. Boom. Here he comes. Ready? Bum, 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 bum. Boom, 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 boom. Bum, bum, ba, la, la, da. Ba, la, la, da, la, la, la,
Hello,
la, la,
world.
la, la, da, da, la, 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 da. Ba, la, 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 da, la, 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 da. Ba, da, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, ba, pow. What's up? We are upstate New York with the host of SMFM, drummer of Hightower. He's got a lot of, we could go on forever for all of his accolades, but there's Shane Medanich. Looking at caterpillars. How are you? How's the Wi-Fi out there?
Dad.
Damn, father of Shane.
Bruce
Hey,
Medanich,
standing
everybody. Never nothing
ovation,
without him.
standing ovation.
Yep, that's right.
Hey, there's a special cameo right there, right out of the gates.
So this is live now. Hey, Tim McKinney, shout out to you, my friend, who I have yet to meet and skate with. But I look forward to that day.
Next visit for sure.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. All
So,
right,
so let's talk about SMFM. How's it going?
I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I appreciate the platform. I mean, I'm basically piggybacking on Talking SCHMIT. But you know, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to. And here we are. I think it's like 6 months already.
I thought it's what we call a collab.
Collab. I know everyone who's been on it is super psyched. I don't know how many people stay tuned at the end of your deal.
You know, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, like, what if we put it in the middle every once in a while or something? Move it around in the program, or do you like it at the end?
I like it. I like it. And but I'm thinking, like, in the big picture, like, that's just going to be a cool collection, like a reel almost, you know?
I know.
Until I get that Tonight Show gig.
We got to. Well, some of those bands aren't really on like Spotify or anything where we could make a playlist, right? Or are they?
Well, I'm hoping, my vision is that we make a comp, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
First 12 bands. I don't know, just make it like a digital playlist, but we can have album art. Jeremy
Yeah,
Fish or something, you know what I mean? Maybe Mofo can write a little intro.
yeah.
The new it is. I mean, it is skate rock, I guess.
It's
Not
pod
necessarily
rock.
everyone skates, but if people are like down for you and down for me, then they got to be connected to skateboarding somehow.
Well, I'll tell you, I just was. I had a nice surprise last week.
What's that?
I get a text message from this guy Miguel of this band Cardiel the band.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
him and his wife, the drummer Sam, are in town, and they're like, "Hey, it's my birthday. Can I stop by the mag?" And I was like, "Duh!" And so we had a nice little morning, afternoon. Gave them the tour, drove them down to where did I drop them off? Embarcadero, and they had a full day in San Francisco. They ended. They had like a what's it called? A festival. So they're doing sound for a festival. And the last day was the day before his birthday. And he's like, Hey, I'm gonna stay an extra day and just have a day in the city for my birthday.
Of course. Yeah, I saw a flick of them at the plant.
Yeah.
That's good. They're super cool. I don't know if you know Mickey, SF guy, SPB guy.
Oh yeah.
He hooked them up with us in New York. My
Oh
band
no
Peace
way.
Sign. My band Peace Sign played with them twice, so we became friends. And then this whole thing unfolded. And it's been great. Like I don't really tour like I used to. So SMFM has been allowing me to meet bands from all over the country. And the band VHS Dust, who we did a couple episodes back from Minneapolis, uh,
Mm.
they were touring and asked me if I wanted to open the show there, the SM project. So that was really cool. Just different ways to connect and stay connected. And it's just another platform of unification and connectivity.
It's kind of all about creativity too, right? Like this kind of
Creativity.
started with you making, like you've been making music for our little projects and like for the outro and all the different things. Whenever there's music needed for the pod, you're like hyped to dive in. And then that just, I mean, we've been friends forever, but like as far as the podcast goes, that started. And then you were in town one day and we had coffee together and you threw that idea out. And I was like, please, let's do it.
Yeah, because you got too big for music, right? Is that what happened? Because
Oh
you could
no.
play any song you wanted in the beginning, right?
What happened was, I think when I went to YouTube, yeah, I think you can,
Right.
or now though, Spotify bought podcast or, whatever. And so now you have to have the rights on both platforms. But I,
But
I don't know how it works really.
hey, we're all learning. Even my buddies who are in the bands, like shout out to Messiah Vor and Anti Sapien, like they're like, yeah, it's all good, no problem, nothing's gonna get flagged, and they don't even know the label or whatever, or YouTube has
Mm.
like control of that bit.
I'm working on that right now with Sammy of Fang because he said he owns the songs. And so I put it in because I'm making a Thrasher edit for Washington Street this weekend, 25-year anniversary.
Yeah, nice.
And
Slept there
and
once.
and Sam Hitch was like, dude, try to get Fang. And I was like, well, I know Sammy, I'll see what I can do. And so I got the song and I instantly put into YouTube because now I'm getting smarter. Like put it in and see if it gets flagged before you do the work. And
Do
then
you
I
think of
got,
go on?
but he's gonna work on getting it cleared. Yeah.
Yeah, you think a record label would be stoked, especially a record label who doesn't do shit.
Everybody wants this thing called money. They even wrote a song about it. The money will roll right in.
Yeah. Yeah, SMFM tape. It's a
Hey,
good idea.
McKenny
Yeah.
wants to know about the last band, the hip hop song "Eating Poison." Can you give a little backstory on them?
The last episode,
Yeah,
1200 and running.
yeah. What's
Well,
the what's the story with that?
uh, that's this guy Chris Jackson, uh, who I've known for a while, and I hit him up. I want to have all kinds of music on SMFM. I'm for
I love
sure.
it.
I'm for sure like known as
Are you there? Uh-oh. We may have lost old Shane Medanich. I got a black screen and no audio. Right as the Omega Jackson story was about to hit.
what was that? I was getting a call. Did that interfere when I get run
Uh,
like that?
yeah, but I got your audio, no video.
All right, that's life.
Okay,
Anywho,
that's
yeah. So
life.
he's a guy I've known for a while, and he's super funny, talented dude. Comes from skateboarding and punk rock, and is like a rap guy as well. Check him out at Omega Jackson on the gram. Yeah, I want to keep it
Maybe,
well rounded.
yeah, dude, I like it. Maybe if he comes out here, he can hook up with Hungry and get a fucking 1-2 punch somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know if he gets out much. I don't know if he gets out of
He doesn't
the
leave the state,
914 too
huh?
much. Yeah, yeah. Hold on, I'm freezing. I look like.
I can't see you.
This is that upstate though. It was a little risky. I'm in the foothills of the Adirondack Mountains.
I'll tell you this. I was at an art show on Friday with Jeremy Fish and Matt D. Shout out to them. It was Michael Sieben was in town.
Yep.
And I was talking to Matt D about the real upstate New York versus what people in New York City call upstate New York. See, I always love getting the behind the scenes. Like I grew up out here, so I know nothing about like why you guys can't have a good burrito and why we can't have a good slice of pizza and all that shit. But
Uh-huh.
apparently anything north of New York City is upstate New York unless you're really from upstate New York.
Yeah, like people from the city. I tell them I'm from Eastchester, and they're like, "Oh, upstate." I'm like, "No, like I could skate to the Bronx from my house, you know." So that was always a little thorn in the side of us.
Because you're like right outside Yonkers, right?
Right outside the Bronx, next to Yonkers,
Okay.
the Harlem line on the Metro North. It was a half-hour train ride to Grand Central, so I had access
Oh,
to
wow. Okay.
the city pretty early on. And shout out Mike Sieben. Between his, I saw his Vice thing.
Yeah, that was cool.
Shout out to Gary Rogers. All right, they inspired me with Mike Sieben's Internet Shack and how Skateline took off. I guess that, just for fun. Then a Fuel picked it up. So anyway, Peace Sign just got this huge, gigantic practice room, and I'm gonna. They inspired me to make kind of like the music portion of like the Late Show, like where I introduce the band plays live, and then we have a little interview. So I'm gonna make a couple of those and send them your way.
I love it.
Because it's this huge space like a band can set up, and then there's a little couch area where we can talk, and it'll just be like a 10-minute thing, Like obviously it'll be called SMTV,
Ah, okay.
Already
I
got the
like it.
logo. The logo writes itself.
Hey, I
Mark,
mean, how we're legit with the backdrop already, right? Like, what was that third episode?
where I unveiled it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love doing it. I got my little closet built out where I film that and record. Have I just been black this whole time?
Yeah.
I'm like walking around the whole house here, trying to get the picture back, sipping my Oro coffee.
Oro coffee. You know what? We've been putting Oro coffees on blast so hard that I talked to Dave last night and he said they're all out and they're waiting for their next shipment.
Good.
Yep.
You know,
That's how we do it. See, you got to
support,
support your bros. If you don't know out there, you got to support your bros.
support your people. Support the people who support. Yo, this
Yeah.
fuck, man. I want to give you a tour. It's like big. My dad's whole house is like a shrine, and there's so much cool shit.
Yeah, I wanted to see the show and tell. I'm trying to
I'm looking at my Vans Warped Tour semifinalist plaques right now.
oh,
I got 3 of them.
damn.
98, 97, and 98 because Andreas Trolf and I qualified for Vert and Street.
McKinney says press the camera button. I don't know if he's a genius or what.
He's a genius. Let me see though. How about now?
Nope, still black. Did you hit the thing that goes there's like a little circle and it has arrows like maybe you flip the screen
Yeah,
somehow?
I did that. I see myself.
Oh, weird.
It's probably just the connection here.
God damn it. I'm on full bars 5G San Francisco style.
I know. I heard all the .coms and commerce stuff is moving out again, and like
Yeah, Austin.
I remember when I was there when we talked, I went through downtown and it was like boarded up and ghost townish.
Yeah, they're trying to make it the new set for Walking Dead, the after years.
Is that true?
Because everybody walks like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to Jake and the other day, and I mentioned how it's cool that Kilowatt is doing like a big concert at Potrero. They're like utilizing that area and that stage. The Dwarves are going to play, I think.
The
Nice.
dwarves?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's prime. That's prime for a festival at the Potrero stage. We used to play there. But yeah, he's the one who told me that like all the computer stuff is like leaving, and now like the city is supporting the artists again. You know.
It's called bandwagon,
I
it's
know.
called like let's go where it's hot, and when
No,
it
fuck those
cools
people.
down, let's get out of there.
Yeah, yeah. They don't care about San Francisco, but it's like everyone said in the beginning. We don't
Yeah,
give a fuck about
exactly.
San
They brought
Francisco.
in their Google buses so they could be cool living in the city, but they didn't even work here, and so it was just a mess from the beginning. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we could go down that rabbit hole, but instead, we're going to go to the Blank Club in San Jose, where Dirty and the Donuts, the band I was in, opened up for Hightower, which opened up for Tom Knox's band.
The Cacti Witters.
Or Cacti, where was that the Cactus Club or the Blank Club?
That was Johnny V's, I think.
Okay. I thought it was Corey
Maybe
O'Brien.
the Blank Club became Johnny V's.
Corey O'Brien owned it.
That was
I think that
Johnny
was the
V's.
Blank.
It was Johnny V's. We did all the shows that Ray put on.
Okay. Johnny
Johnny V's.
V's.
Never played. I played the Blank Club. What's the big one? The Ritz, San Jose Ritz, right?
Oh yeah, on the corner. Never been there. I mostly did San Francisco clubs when I went to shows. No, we got audio. So audio is on. Video, no. But we did get a shot of Papa Medanich. That was rad. Can you see the little comments on the bottom or no? You can see like McKenny said, that's when I met Shane up front.
Get on this TV. How about now? No. All right. Well, we got audio. Hey, this is a good conversation so far.
Yep. We got
Uh,
Jake. Jake just tuned in. He set his alarm for this morning. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to Dave Fallis. I know you guys are watching.
yep.
You're a big part of our live audience that sold out today, by the way.
A big part of our life. Those two,
Absolutely.
especially mine. And
Yeah.
dude, man, I got my dad has all these Hightower artifacts here too. But unfortunately, it's a risk.
That's
That's when you're off the grid. It's a risk. It's a roll of the dice for
it's a
reception.
roll of the dice. What about is your Wi-Fi on or off?
My wife is not here.
Morning. Reboot, right?
Wi-Fi's.
Whenever troubles, reboot. He says reboot. I think if you go to Wi-Fi and you hit either on or off, whatever it is, the opposite, and try that. I don't know if Shane, are you there? Ooh, disappeared for a second. There's the audio's back.
I mean, I guess I should just read the comments since no one can look at me.
Yeah, that's what I was
Tim
saying. If you
McKinney.
can, yeah.
Where do you live?
Tim McKinney lives in Pacifica.
I remember I first moved to SF in '99, and what was that Think video that came out with him in it doing Foxy Lady?
Dedication?
Dedication, yeah, yeah. I was like, that's the best.
True or false? I made that video.
True.
Yeah, I was just looking at that yesterday. We're Tim and I have been doing a lot of recon missions to tell the story about Phil Shao, and we went to Greer Park and shed some tears, and think we're going to go to Miley this week, and we were talking about this one optical building that it used to exist but is no longer there.
Optical building. I think I seen McKinney once live in person, and I was like, oh shit. That's Tim McKinney at that Daly City. It was like this weird playground with a bank.
Oh yeah,
You didn't see
Westboro.
you didn't see too often in videos or anything.
It was like a little big bank, like curved. I think Jason Lee had a Ollie ad there.
Yeah, it makes sense. It was kind of off the beaten path as far as like documented spots go. I think out there.
Shout out to Westboro.
Shout out to Sneath Lane. I can't believe what that place looks like now.
Whoo!
That's wild. That's I
I
got to get
can't
out there.
believe those guys still like it's still up. Like nobody's torn it down. It's been a while now.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, yeah. And Trash Bowl, Fallis took me there. I hope that lasts a long time. That was super cool.
Oh yeah.
Jack Givens Bowl.
Oh my God.
I
That
heard the
thing.
shot was great.
Word on the street is they're adding to it.
Good.
Yeah. And then we got obviously Bob's, and then we got Treasure Island. We got a lot of like DIY stuff in not too far proximity. Like
I know.
you could do a DIY tour in one day, hit like 5 different spots.
Yeah, yeah. New York's got a lot of stuff too. All I
I
skate is the
seen that.
Supreme Bowl though.
Really?
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I can only really skate at night, like after the girls are in bed. Is when I do skate or play music, but it's been more music heavy, and I'm in Williamsburg once a week, so I hit the Supreme Bowl. Shout out to Jayski, that whole crew at the Williamsburg Supreme store.
Is that one tight? Is it like similar to the one in SF? Have you skated the one in SF?
Yeah, it did. The one in SF's way bigger. I thought they were all cookie cutter, but the one in SF is way bigger.
Oh, okay.
I got you, Pearly.
Shout out to the gut. Shout out to Rob Welsh holding it down.
I rode the Guts board that day.
Sick.
He was out of town. I went I was handling business for my relative who passed away out there, and I had a day to kill when everything. I was just waiting on phone calls and stuff, so I took a rainy walk. Took the BART from Jake's to Embarcadero, walked to Rob Collinson's fire station, got the tour, and I walked to the Thrasher store because I wanted to see it. Let's go. All right. Thrasher store is funny. It's like a closet's worth of gear, and then it was a Phelps shrine. I thought that was super dope.
No, the Thrasher store is ghost.
I know.
It closed down and it moved to Haight Street.
Oh, that's good. And then I walked right around the corner. I was like, oh shit, Supreme's right here. And then I walk in Supreme, and Tyreek is working. Shout out Tyreek.
Yeah.
And then Welsh was working, so I got to catch up with him. And I didn't have my board with me because it was raining, but I took Guts' board for a couple spins.
And then across the streets, UM Plaza.
Yeah, check that out. Then I went to Potrero, and then I was walking back from Potrero. I hear Shane on 24th Street. And it's Tattoo Jonah. You can't see, but I'm wearing Frisco Tattoo t-shirt right now.
I saw that earlier. Shout out to Jonah. Haven't seen him in a minute.
That's still like home to me, you know. I dug my heels in very deep.
Okay, you're here for one day only, and you want to go get a burrito. Where do you go?
Shit. I've been plant-based for the last 4 years, so I don't know what's got the good plant-based burrito out there now.
Probably the one up on 20. What's it called? Pelote.
Take me there. Best plant-based burrito. Chime in.
I bet Pelote.
I do a burrito. Escape Potrero. Catch a show at the Watt. All right, sweetie. That's like the kiddo.
How's the kiddo?
She's great, right, Pearly? Yeah. What do you have to say to the world? What do you want to say to the world? Anything? What do you want to say to the world? Poop. Poop. Good. That's a good one. Perfect. Pearl, you're a star. My darling daughter. We love poop over here.
Hell yeah. It'd be kind of tight if her middle name was Rototom or something.
Oh yeah, Pearl. It's funny when we chose her name, I didn't even think of that. And then I was rolling with Sean Stockton. We were actually on the way to the death match in his truck.
Ah,
I'm talking to Schmitty. I'm talking about your name, Pearl.
oh,
And
so there's no drum reference in Pearl.
no, but Sean was like, he goes, "That's funny. That makes sense because you're a drummer too." I was like, "Huh, you're right."
Hey,
No,
the token drummer daughter.
yeah. It was like the name. Me and Meryl and I had a huge list of names, but Pearl was the one.
Man, that's probably so hard.
Yeah, you think naming a band is hard? Naming a dog is hard.
Yeah.
Try naming a kiddo. Okay,
Here's a
in
little
five
show and
minutes.
tell
Okay,
for me.
nice. Man, I wish I can get this video working.
I know. Well,
But what are we
here's
gonna
the
do?
deal. We
This is
might
good.
have
This
to
is
we
hold on.
we might have to have you back in when you're in another place, another time.
Yeah,
That's the great thing about everything is it never ends until it ends.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'll keep this place magical too. Keep this place a
What
little cryptic. My dad's
what's
place.
the, what's
Hang on,
some
Brooke.
of
Let's check
your
it out, Bluey.
high end souvenirs over there? Like if you had a glass case, what would be in it?
The Coda Hightower skateboard deck.
Shout out to Andreas.
Andreas and Pat Smith.
Shout out to Coda Pat Smith.
And my Vans Warped Tour plaques. And this is really close. You can see this. My dad was a telephone man in the all throughout the 80s and 90s, late 70s. Worked for 9X, but like climbing the poles in the snow and old school telephone stuff. But his telephone man work belt is like still hung up in exactly how it was. I think he hung it up after he retired, and it's like still hung on the wall, like preserved. And it's all this shit that kids won't even know what it
That
is.
rips.
Yeah, that's special. And there's this framed picture of our half pipe from 1040 Hampshire Street that Dave Franklin
Oh,
took a long
wow.
time ago. You skate 1040 Hampshire Street? Chime in.
No, but is that the one that came to Thrasher?
No,
Was there a tree in it in the middle of it?
not in the middle. There's a lemon tree next to it.
Because somebody moved out somewhere in the mission and there was a ramp there and I didn't skate it, but then they moved it to the parking lot at Thrasher for a while.
There's a couple, like Julian lived right across the street from us, and he had a half pipe.
Okay. I
Actually,
forget.
shared some sessions with Phelps there.
Okay.
Those guys, those great days. Yeah, 1040 Hampshire Street house where like Hightower started. There was like 12 of us living in there. That was the East Coast house. It was a bunch like New Yorkers and New Jersey dudes, Shawn John and Don Finelli and Kaplan, me and Jake, and like Julian and Arco and Cyrus lived across the street for a while.
Cyrus!
Shout out
Shout out to
Cyrus.
Shawn John, man. I miss that
Shout out
dude. Did he
Shawn
move to
John.
Reading?
I think he's in Portland or Oregon somewhere.
Okay. Fuck.
Uh,
Potrero hasn't been the same since he left.
yeah, I love the Potrero scene though. It's like my favorite feed. All those
Yeah,
guys.
it just keeps going. It's the same park, different audience, like all the same characters, but in different bodies.
And like Tyreek and like Lane, I've known those dudes since they were little kids. I did an after school skate program at Everett Middle School for a very long time, and those guys were participants in that when they were like, in like seventh grade. And it's so cool that they're ripping and into it, and we still hang out.
Sick.
Love that shit. Skateboarding's
Yes.
forever.
Lane was working at my chiropractor for a while. When I would go in there, he was like holding down the desk.
Nice.
Dude, this guy Ben Blazin, shout out Ben Blazin 86. I got a real quick story he wants to hear. So
Okay.
we're at McLaren Park for King of the Road, and they have a downhill contest, and everybody is on a toilet bolted onto a skateboard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's 4 guys, or was it 3? I think 3 teams. Anyway, one of them happened to be Heath Kirchart. Heath Kirchart gets on the board, but the problem was nobody knew this. Well, nobody thought about it. Nobody checked the trucks. So they just put these boards together and didn't know how much weight was going to be on the board and how loose the trucks were. So Heath is on there, and being the psycho he is, he just bombs the thing on this board, but the trucks were super loose and he got speed wobbles, got pitched, and the freaking toilet. I mean, it was, I
I
remember
saw that.
Burnett was freaking out. He's like, we're never doing this again. We almost killed Heath. It
Those
was
toilets are
gnarly.
heavy.
Yeah, dude.
Real heavy. Do you remember when I think it was the first King of the Road? Hightower played Third and Army at like the final finish line.
Yeah, that was sick.
I think we just rolled off our tour and like that was our last show of that tour, whatever year that was. And I think we didn't even go home yet. We just went straight to Third and Army.
That was
Right?
when Hubba Hideout was still there, and they had the very end. They like brought the books to Hubba Hideout.
I remember. Fun fact: I know slid Hubba Hideout in the '90s.
Woo! I did
My
not.
first, dude, my first time out to SF was probably '95 or something,
Uh
and we
huh.
skated those Jersey dividers, like the original Jersey dividers. And looking back, I have a picture. It was crazy. It was my first time to SF, and Costin was there, Matt Field was there. I think even Phil Shaw was there,
What?
and Dander Holbel was there. And I was like, oh my god, I'm in California, and I'm like in the middle of a 411 session right now. I was with Dave Kaplan of Later Dudes fame. We're doing it, Pearly. I'm gonna wrap this up, okay? Yeah, going
Okie doke.
half hour day.
Damn,
That
that's sick.
is garlic. Yeah, I was like 95, I think, or
That's a good
94.
intro. That's a good introduction to San Francisco.
Collinson was there too, but I didn't know him then.
Damn.
You know, we were just there. I was just a skate tourist on that trip. Fast forward 4 years, and I'm a mission dude.
Who's on the program next?
Uh, you want to hear it? I'll tell you. I like how we don't know who's on each other's programs. That's kind of cool. And then I've been doing those mashups, like pictures. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have fun with that stuff. I love doing that kind of thing.
I like the
Next,
this day in SMFM history.
yeah, yeah, I'm doing Spidey's band next.
Oh, that's right. Spidey. What's the name of their band?
The Gentle Orchestra.
Woo!
So tune
I need to
in,
get Spidey on the show.
get him on the show. Cool dude. We've been emailing, and I have everything shot. I'll send that to you like tonight, probably.
How do you feel about doing a show like the nature one where it's like the band is the guest and then as the same as the SMFM thing?
It'd have to be the right. I don't think that would work with every band. Is the thing,
Right.
you know. Nature worked obviously because we have such history with them.
Yeah.
We could try one. Maybe when it would be a good fit. Like I don't know. Like I would like to redo Grave Dodger because they were the first ones, and now there's like so many more people tuning in.
Well, maybe I'll do Jack
Maybe we could do a Grave
Given.
Dodger. Yeah,
Maybe I could just interview Jack Given because he skates for
Phallus.
my sponsor, Blood Wizard.
and
All of
or,
my episodes have been brought to you by the good people at Blood Wizard.
and the creator with his partner of Oro Coffee, Dave Phallus.
That's true.
So
Well, then
get Jack and Dave on there, and we'll do that again. How about that?
let's wait till Oro Coffee gets a re-up on their coffee, and then
All
we
right.
can all sip Oro Coffee while we're talking to Grave
Coming, bro.
Dodger.
All right, let's make a plan on that.
Okay. We're at
Get get Jack and all right, Pearly Whirly. Can we clean it up? All right, let me see. Being a dad's the best, by the way. That's okay. I'm gonna get a paper towel. There's just a little bit of water.
we're
You remember
gonna
when I said, Pearl, what do you have to tell the world? And she said, poop.
She had to. She dropped it like it's hot.
Yeah, she's a smart kid. Smart
Damn.
kid. Smart kid. All right, that's
I'm.
dry. We're gonna
I'm
jump in
gonna.
the lake.
As we wind this down, I'm gonna walk out to our live audience. Show you everybody giving a standing ovation for this
It's so
live
funny.
interaction.
All right, it's so funny wearing a hoodie and a hat in August. Like that's so SF.
Yeah,
But
man. That's
then
what I was. I knew you were gonna say that. That's partly why I did it, but also it's cold.
I know, dude. I know. Yeah, you can get the same day in August as you can in February in San Francisco. Is what I
But
always
in
tell people.
October, I'll be out here in shorts and a tank top.
Until the sun goes down, then you better have a hoodie with you.
Exactly. Well, you just always wear a beanie and then you keep a good temperature no matter what.
Uh huh.
The
Yeah.
beanie is one of
Be
the
down.
most underrated tools in all of clothing.
What you got? A sci-fi fantasy beanie?
We're going Jerry Sue. I tried to
Shout out
get the
Jerry.
gifted hater to come on the program, but apparently I'm not hated enough for him to talk to or something. I don't know.
I went to his wedding.
Gifted hater?
No, Jerry Sue.
Oh, Jerry. Oh, you did.
My wife Meryl is that's her whole crew. So
Oh yeah. What's
I
the
got I
wife's
got to
name's
be invited.
Catherine or something?
Cat, yeah.
Katrina.
And I'm gonna give a plug to Open Beer. Support them.
Open beer, the
Yeah,
nudes.
yeah. And next, I want to work on this Liquid Death sponsor for us.
Yeah,
Heard that?
man. We got to get Liquid Death. I just got Magic Mind back,
All right, kiddo.
and hold on, here we go. We're coming up on our live audience.
All right. Hey, the boats, the seals.
Can you hear? Can you hear them? They're going nuts for you, Shane.
I can hear them faintly. I can't wait to take my daughter to see them
We got
next
a
summer. I
live
can't wait.
audience, man. Look at they're on top
There
of
you
each
go.
other. They ran out of seats for these guys.
Thank you, my blubbery friends.
Well, we'll have to do this again when we can have visual for longer.
Look, let's do it again for sure. This was great.
Always a pleasure, and I'll see you on the program in Thursday. Thursday, we're getting it back on.
Yeah, let's do it. I love you.
Big love, dog.
And hey, that one's just jumping in the water. It knows the show's over. All right. Talk to you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Tim,
Thank you, good
McKinney, let's hang
people.
out someday.
Thank you, good people. Shout out to McKinney. Believe or not, probably Palace in that harbor. Use a swim bait by the mouth. All
All
right.
right. Tune in. Talking Schmidt, SMFM. Peace.
Peace.